Okay, so June 8th, Tuesday, so after the weekly close. Okay, so we got today another bearish candle, basically rejecting the 12 year, and we did a lower low on the daily because we had this support, trying to do higher lows. We tried the higher low here, selling pressure, and now we are on the 377 exponential, trying to hold, but because we did this lower low, it will be very hard. So Bitcoin needs to close at least above here, especially above here, or even above here to show some strength. For now, this is just ranging and grinding down. So if you see, we see from here, from this dump, we got a bounce. We created this range from the low to the candle top here. We got this test, we rejected it. Then we came down, tried to push higher. We rejected this area here plus the 200 exponential, and we created these two candles as resistance. We came down, make a higher low, bullish engulfing, try to push up. These weeks, rejection of these two candles, really precise. Then we created these two candle closes here. We had the wicks to reject that area. These two candle closes were formed. We came down. We did a kind of a double bottom, tried to push higher again. We managed to close above the 12. Then we closed below this resistance here, mathematically, as we see, really precise, bearish engulfing, and now algos and the price is still pushing down from the moving averages on the daily. So everything has been actually quite simple. It's just a matter of patience. Okay, so we have the low here. We are still with a lower low on the daily, so this looks bad. We need to prove something at least above here, or at least above the 200s to show some strength. We will have this relief bounce, but I don't know if it will be from this area tomorrow. I don't think it will be today and that we push. Maybe tomorrow when we open the candle, or we keep on grinding down. So now resistance will be this area, very simple. Of course, if we have this one and this one, the next one, it's this one we already rejected here. So now this one we already rejected with this one. And now we have this one plus this one and this one already and these wicks. So it's this area basically and this area that and plus the moving averages pushing the price down. Okay, so this is the daily. And I'm putting the weekly now to see where we are. So basically, we closed the week with this indecision candle. Although we managed to close above this previous, the previous support, which is here plus this candle. We had a little bit wick up, but then basically we just rolled down. Resistance was here. We already rejected it. This one we didn't touch yet. So this is the big resistance is here. And then we got this one that we rejected today. And basically it was this candle, and now we are here on this support from this candle. That's why we are here, but we are slightly below. And this is the support area on the weekly, which is at 33.52 area. Any weekly close is below, we come down. I think we will come down because this 50, simple, it's pushing the price down. Of course, we can hold here on the daily 377 and grind higher and come here. Who knows? Nobody knows. So resistance on the weekly, it's this one, the highest one. This one plus these ones are the strongest ones. And of course, this area again. Okay, so we have here 50 on the 29 area. We have the 89 on 25.3, which kind of aligns here with this candle close on the weekly, which is 26.2. Then we have this candle close here. We have this range, it's already the 19.6, 19.8, which is the all-time high. It's on this 100 here, and we have the 200s around this area, and the 377 and on 10K. Okay, and this is the 200 exponential, 200 simple, 13K, 16K, it's the 200 exponential. Indicators pointing down, as always. bearish divergence still playing. Now, of course, stopped because it's already worked. MACD coming down. Okay, so this is the weekly. And now I'm going to the monthly, but we're still on 8th of June. So looking at this, we are trying to hold the 12 here. It's still possible, but because it's 1 month to go, 3 weeks to go. Next target, if we don't hold the support here on this candle close, which is the 29.1, we have the 21 on 25.6 and the 20 at the moment on 21.82 more or less. Of course, we have the all-time high plus 14K and all these moving average. If we come lower, indicators pointing down, MACD already pointing down. Now with all the lines, Fibonacci rejection, we are below this Fibonacci. If we try to go up, it will act as resistance. We have one Fibonacci here aligned with the 21. We have one below the 20, plus this support and resistance on the candles close, plus this week. This just with the monthly. Of course, then we have the trend line. This one, the previous one we already tested. This one, it's the new one I did. So it wasn't tested. This will act as support. Any closes below and wicks below, we have the moving averages, plus this trend line, plus this trend line here that comes from the bottom, but I don't think we will touch it on the short term, this one here. So this will take many time to play, I think. So we can be bouncing and go down, up. Let's see. Okay, so this is where we are, trying to hold. I will put the 15 minutes now with all the notes I did here to see what's happening. So 4 hours. We are here. We got like a small, it's not a hammer, so we are trying to make it maybe do a short squeeze because we are oversold here on the 4 hours, so it needs to bounce sooner or later. So you can play the bounces for daily trades with this stop loss, or just make a small entry. If you come lower to the 50, make another entry. But if you use the oversold 4 hours, then you go to 1 hour. Already we got oversold here, so that's why it folded. We see the bull volume coming. See, now we are already above the 12 exponential. This one closed a little bit up, and we are trying to get the follow-up. We are facing resistance on this yellow line on the monthly, but of course we can come here, or here, or here. Otherwise, if we don't pass this area, this is a bear flag like this one, although in a high area that we had already a few oversold, so we can bounce at least to the moving average or to this area, and it's trying to do it at least to the 12. We have been rejecting the 12, the 21, and the 20 here. Let's see until what we do. And you can play these bounces for swing trades, and then you can use the stop loss. For instance, if you try to get this one here, this one, if you did this trade because of the 4 hours 377 on the daily, sorry, 1 point, 2 points, we created a trend line. This one gave the confirmation, but remember, we closed below the resistance, then we came down, and then with this one, everyone that bought here with high leverage stop losses really tight, got out, got liquidated, got out of the trade, suddenly we closed above, and now we are trying to push higher. So now it's more safe. If you got to move after this, you could buy a little bit here, could buy a little bit here again, and you put your stop loss here. Or don't use stop loss, you just buy a little bit. If we come down to the 30s, you can buy a little more, but remember, look at indicator, it will bounce. So we don't know from where it will bounce, but it will bounce. So you just follow this pattern, remember, oversold. And so it's an area of value. And as we see here, the MACD almost crossing up. When it crosses, I think although we can come here one more time, I think we will come up from here, from this area, to refresh these indicators. If we go to the 15 minutes, so remember, look at what we were doing on the 15 minutes. I'll just like this. We created a trend line, rejection from the monthly, rejection from the 12 exponential, rejection, 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 closed below. This one closed above. This one came to test the 21, the 12 and the 20 moving average plus the 12 as support, and now we are trying to hold the 50 and this one, and we can at least push here, or let's see if the bulls, because we can still push a bit higher here on the RSI on the 15 minutes, but let's see, this will be the target, the maximum target. If we come here, okay, and then if we start closing above here, we can go at least to this area that we have all this area that we didn't, this one plus this one, and we can have a bounce. So let's see if the bull volume starts to come, starting now, trying to hold here, 6 minutes to go. Let's see if we get rejected again. We still have here the 20, we can just range a little bit more here, but we are already trying to close above the 21. So let's see if we manage from here. 5 minutes, doesn't matter now, with the 15 minutes is fine, but as we see, we already closed above the 21. You got the buys here, you can have your stop loss here, or a bit here, another bit there, stop loss below here. And let's see if we close this one 1 minute above the monthly support. The next one, even if we come down here, I think we will try to come a bit up. Let's see, or if we just range and we start to close below here and we just break down again. But because of the 4 hours and the 1 hour, I think we are due for a bounce. Let's see if we manage from here, or if we need to go a bit lower. But if we go lower, I think we need to go to the weekly, and it can be tricky, but let's see if this holds. So going back to the daily, so that's why we are bouncing here. I'm taking that trend line, and let's see. So if we put a stop loss here and you make bids, remember the day is not closed yet, so we can go a little bit up like here to the resistance to test it. So this is the area and this one, and then we come down and you are stopped. But you can do a trade from here to here and here, and maybe leave 20%, and then you put your stop loss on break even or almost break even. So just remember, this is all very tricky because of the resistance on these areas. Indicator, we were oversold. Let's see if we have enough strength to bounce, or if we test here the 31 more time, try to push higher. But as before, remember the weekly here on the 29.2, it's quite strong, and we can make a double bottom with this week. We will see, but because of the liquidity pool here, I think if we come here, maybe we come down a little bit more, get all the stop losses that are around in this area. Maybe we come to this candle close here, to this area, and then close above this one, and then maybe push higher. So let's see where we go, nobody knows. I will act from these ideas that I'm having on each area. I'm not playing this overbought, oversold bounce on 4 hours and hourly. I could play it until here, at least it's still a bit of profits. To play from here until here, as we see it's getting green, and I think we will come to this area here. And then maybe this one as well to the moving averages, and then maybe reject again. An indicator already oversold here. Also, so that's it for now. I don't know if this will hold. I think we need a small relief from all these oversold areas, but big resistance ahead. Okay, if we do a trade from this area, like from here or here to here, it's 3% already, so it's quite good. If we come here, it's 6%. If we go here, 8%. If we manage to come to the higher ones here, it's 11%. So it's still any place that you trade here and you take profits or sell, it's still really good. So I'm not doing, but who knows if after this video I might consider doing it, because I already missed the move. If we try to come with a red one to test this support, maybe I will do it with a tight stop loss or no stop loss. Let's see. I might not do it. I'm not rushing to any trades. Okay, so this is where we are. No need to show all the halts. They are all dependent on Bitcoin. And yeah. Okay, this is euro dollar currency, dollar index, trying to hold so on the resistance now. This is for the lower high, but we can still come here for another lower high, or to this area here. Still holding. So this is the area that basically the dollar needs to hold. It's green, trying to hold here on the trend line. This is pure indecision to see if we manage at least, but we might still come here, or even here, if we start close above. At least it's still holding, but it's very tricky but this trend line has some strength, so let's see. It has some relief bounce, and then we come to these areas on another time. Okay. Okay, that's it. So play safe. Remember, risk manage is key, and patience is key on this match. Better to play safe than to play too risky. Just use risk management. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we are. And I'm putting the 15 minutes just to see what we are doing on this area here. At least it's trying to hold for now, and I think we will have a relief. I don't know if we pass the 50 here or if we come already to these areas.